everyone, and welcome for another video. First, I want to say that this is a two-part special about scales. So today, we are focusing on part 1, and then for the next video, we will do part 2. Just a reminder that if you need a little more time on something, you have the ability to pause or rewind the video at any moment in time. So because we're only doing part 1 for now, I want to focus on 6 scales, starting off with the C scale, and then we will conclude with the F scale. So before I get into the scales, I want to go over where your fingers should go. So we are just using our right hand for this. The finger you want to start off with is your thumb. So for the C scale, our thumb is on C. After that, we will take our index finger and place that on D. Then for E, you use your middle finger. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to cross it under my middle finger. So now my thumb is on F. And the reason why we do this is because if you don't, you will run out of fingers and it will be awkward to try and get them back into position. That's why you have to cross your thumb so your fingers can stay on track. Let me show you. If you don't cross your fingers, here's what will happen. You run out of fingers at your pinky, which is at G. And then it's kind of awkward to try and get it back into position. But if you cross under, it goes smoothly. So after you have crossed your thumb, your index finger is going to be placed on G. Then after that, your middle finger goes on A. Your ring finger goes on B. And finally, your pinky finger goes on C. Now that we have ascended the scale, let's go down the scale. So, starting off with your pinky on C, you will go backwards using the same fingers, with your ring finger on B, middle finger on A, your index finger on G, your thumb on F. Now, this is for the crossover. This time, you will cross your middle finger over your thumb. So we take our thumb, it's on F, then we take our middle finger, cross it over your thumb. And then we will go with our index finger on D, and finally with our thumb on C. So here's a tip for crossing fingers. When you ascend the scale, your thumb, so you're ascending the scale, your thumb goes under your middle finger. And when we descend the scale, your middle finger goes over your thumb. So that was a C scale, and now on to D flat. So the D flat scale is very similar to the C scale. We start off with our thumb on D flat. Our index goes on E flat. Our middle finger goes on F. Then we cross our thumb under our middle finger and put it on F sharp. Then after that, your fingers can just do their thing and flow all the way up until the last note, which is where your pinky finger should go. So the D flat scale, cross, and then when we go back down, it's also very similar. Same fingering. And then for the crossover, you take your middle finger and you cross it over your thumb. So this is ascending, cross, A flat, index finger, B flat, middle finger, ring fingers on C, and then finally D flat. Then to descend the scale, it's all in reverse. Cross over, So now that we have concluded with the D flat scale, let's head over to D. So the notes for the D scale is as follows: D, E, F sharp, cross, and then we put our thumb on G, then A, and then we go over to B, D flat, and then D. Fingering is all the same. In last video, we went over the number system, and being that it's numbers and how they intertwine with scales, we go 1 all the way up to 8. So thumb goes on 1, index goes on 2, middle goes on 3, thumb crossing 4, index 5, middle 6, ring 7, pinky 8. And it's also the same rules when you descend the scale. So you start off with your pinky, cross your middle finger over your thumb, and then you finish off with your thumb on the first note. So that was the D scale. On to D flat. So the notes for the E flat scale are E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and then E flat. And once again, the notes are thumb on E flat, index on F, then G, cross under, then B flat, C, D, and then E. So for the descending scale, all the notes are the same, as well as the fingering. So it's pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, crossover, index, and back to thumb. The E scale has the pitches E, F sharp, A flat, B flat, B, D flat, E flat, and then E. So let's head over to that scale. E, F sharp, A flat, cross this next one, which is A, and then the descending scale is E, pinky, ring, E flat, D flat, B, A flat, F sharp, and E. And let's go over to F. The notes are F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and then F. And then for descending, it's F, E, D, C, B flat, crossover to A, and then G, and then F. And that is the F scale. So that was part 1 of scales. I hope you were able to learn something. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on part 2.